do you notice it too? A fuel and the oxygen gas? What could that be? Obviously, it can only be a combustion reaction, since it is a reaction between an oxygen gas and a fuel, which in this case would be ethane, which none of us have ever heard of before. And they form to create a product of carbon dioxide and water, most of the time. Okay, so now that we know that it is a combustion reaction, let's write it out. So we have C2H6, aka ethane, plus oxygen. Now we have to find our product. But before you go, remember from the previous chapter, Ms. Hernes mentioned Brinkelhoff. B-R-I-N-C-L-H-O and F. The subscript 2 on all of them. You only do this if they're alone. As you can see, or if you can recognize, oxygen is alone. It is also part of Brinkelhoff. So you will want to add a 2 there. And the same goes forth with fluorine, hydrogen, chlorine, nitrogen, bromine, etc. on and on. You always want to do this because if you don't, and if you forget, at the end when you want to balance this equation, it's going to be difficult. It really is. So whenever you see an element that's part of Brinkelhoff, always put the subscript 2. It's just the way it is. So now we have to find our product. Right side of the arrow. So in a combustion reaction, this only goes for combustion. Mostly all the time, its product is going to be carbon dioxide and water. So let's write the chemical formula for carbon dioxide, which is CO2 plus, of course, water, H2O. Okay, so you think you're done, but you still have some little work to do. So let's see. We have 2 carbons here, only 1 here. 6 hydrogens, only 2. And we have 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have 3 oxygens on this side and only 2 on this side. They're unbalanced. We have to make them balanced. By doing this, just put a number. So look, I'm going to show you how to do this right now. So we put a 2 here, and we have 4 carbons, only 1 here. So let's add a 4 in front of that carbon. 4 carbons, 4 carbons. Carbons are good. Carbons are balanced. But it messes up our hydrogens. We have 12 hydrogens on this side, only 2 here. So let's add a 6 here to make it 12. Both 12. 12 hydrogens here, 12 hydrogens here. Hydrogens are A-OK. So if you take a look here, we have 8 plus 6, which equals 14 oxygens. So we have 14 oxygens on the product side, where here we only have 2. So what number times 2 equals 14? 7, of course. Add the 7 there, 14 oxygens here, 14 oxygens here. It is A-OK. Oxygens are good, and this is a perfectly balanced equation. Congratulations, you have just learned how to balance a combustion reaction. And this is your ending result for your balance equation for this chemical formula.